Hello class, today I will be talking about the Clinton Doctrine and whether he had one or if he didn't have one, and I will go through what he did during his presidency on the domestic and the international side of things, summarize everything, and determine whether he had a doctrine and if he did, what it might be called. During Clinton's first term in office, his foreign policy by most accounts was non-existent. However, during his second term in office, his foreign policy seems to turn around where we get more of a clearer understanding of things. When he was campaigning, he was quoted to say, "Our first foreign priority and our first domestic priority are one and the same: revive our economy." On the domestic home front, they sought to develop a program to revive the American economy and to make American workers and companies more productive and competitive in the global marketplace. This would include actions to reduce budget deficits and ensure the country was a much more reliable trading partner. He would infuse both foreign policy and economic components. He wanted to basically, from my understanding of things, create a new office where the economic, foreign, domestic matters would all get a seat at the executive level. He wanted to know what was going on. This office would become known as the National Economic Council. Now, on the international side of things, the administration moved quickly and completed the negotiations for NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement. This would help eliminate tariffs on goods. Clinton was able to pass this through Congress, which helped both his domestic and foreign policies. He would also go on to help build and create the World Trade Organization, which was a new governing body for global trade, in which they were able to cut tariffs worldwide by 85%, because, let's be honest, no one likes tariffs. Now, after a few world events, the Clinton administration would take a broader step in foreign policy. They would state that the U.S. would not retreat into a post-Cold War foxhole or isolationism. They would become more engaged. Now, with that said, the U.S. would always choose diplomacy first. However, when diplomacy fails, they would have both the capacity to use force effectively and the will to do so when necessary. Clinton wanted to expand and strengthen the market and democracy worldwide. This was a strategy of enlargement. They felt that this was a good post-Cold War successor to the policy of containment. During his second term, the U.S. principal objectives were now in order to, quote, enhance our security with effective diplomacy and with military force to be ready to fight and win. In short, the U.S. would be engaged. It could do a lot of good in the world, and its actions were ultimately more in line of the traditional political military realm than any other. And summarizing all of this, if we were to determine if Clinton had a doctrine or not, we could say that he used selective engagement on the economic marketplace and per military engagements. So he kind of had one, but it was never clearly defined. So that's what I thought of everything that we had to do with reading. Clinton's doctrine was selective engagement. Thank you for your time, and have a good day.